We're shedding our masks and breaking down walls. Hell, we may even drop our drawers. That's right. We're going commando with Angela and Dana.
Hi, I'm Dana Sardano, and this is Angela DiMarco, and we are already going commando. I want to tell you, before we even started, she's like, does the celery juice make you poop and run? So hi, I'm Dana Sardano. This is Angela DiMarco, and we are clearly going commando.
Clearly.
Going Commando is a little show that we put together because we just see the importance of authenticity. We see the importance of being who you are, embracing who you are, and sharing the beauty of that with the world. And hopefully by us doing so, we give you permission to do the same. So with that said, good morning, Miss Angela, and your poopy celery.
My poopy celery. You know, we always talk about the shit shakes that we make, right? And
or the diarrhea maker. The
diarrhea maker.
We gotta get it, yeah.
But you know, like I actually think my liver is now happy because I don't actually get the diarrhea from it. But I was like drinking my celery this morning. It was like coffee poop. I was like, go celery juice. So that's our PSA for today.
Yeah.
Drink 16 ounces of fresh celery juice.
Oh my God. And it's so terrible. Like I know people who and I used to do this, who'll drink it. Oh, I'll put an apple in it and I'll put some ginger in it and I'll put
it straight.
Drinking it straight. It's awful to choke down, but I tell you, I feel like $1 million. Like when I go to pee, we're already there. We're already there.
I mean, everyone talks about poop, so.
Nala would say, what does Nala say? Not all number ones are number two, but all number twos are number one. I'm not sure how that little thing goes. But every time but every time I sit down for a number one after the celery juice, I'm like, oh,
surprise!
Hey! I didn't see you there.
You know, the reason why it's important to talk about poop, though, is because when you are backed up, and my son is going through some poopy issues right now, like when it's an issue, and it affects your whole day, you know? So we're just like happy to be regular. It's so nice. It means everything's working. That's why we come on Commando. We're like, woohoo! Because we're both pooping our brains out. Okay.
We should be mortified right now, but fuck it, I'm taking my shirt off. No,
we exceeded the mortification thing for people listening are like, oh. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Let's get into it. Okay, we are professional women. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so Dana and her Steve Jobs turtleneck.
Oh, yes, I tucky.
I'm rocking my Pearl Jam today.
Okay.
So we are in the season for gratitude, and thank you for watching and listening and all that good stuff. We have been talking about the concepts in Dana's book, Beyond the 10, Decoding the Woo-Woo. It's awesome, and we're basically, you know, taking those words that make people feel a little uncomfortable or whatever, and just really showing how they're practical, how they exist in real life, and how we apply these things and look at them. Sometimes things are icky, and sometimes things are wonderful, and sometimes things are magical, but you know, so we're here to talk about stuff and share our experiences along the way. And as Dana said in the beginning, we hope that by us sharing, maybe like what we thought of stuff and what we think of it now or how we're living it, it'll help you kind of start to see and embrace what's happening in your life, and you'll feel safe to be authentically you. So, Dana,
all right.
What are we talking about today?
Firstly, kudos to you. That was a really good shift. Like you did, like that was very smooth. That was your segue. I mean, I could have sat here and talked about poop all day. So kudos to you.
Someone's got to be the grown up today.
Thank you for being the adult in the room. I appreciate it.
Today, next time.
Today, but I got to tell you, today we're talking about a philosophy that is very, very near and dear to me. Ubuntu. The direct translation is I am because we are. And it's this idea of unity and oneness. And for each individual, each part of the whole to feel good, the whole has to feel good.
That's what she said. Again, adults in the room.
Oh my God, pull it together. together. But yes, I am because we are. We'll just leave it at that. But with that said, I talk about, first of all, everything. If you know anything about me, everything I do is about Ubuntu. I've written a children's book called Me You Ubuntu for one of my daughters when she started reading. My art was always Ubuntu art by Dana. I opened a gallery, Ubuntu Fish Gallery, and the reason so is, and I'm not going to get into the story because I don't want to, create a whole new episode with this. But I heard a story a while ago, and about the philosophy of Ubuntu, and I lost my mind. I'm like, why isn't everybody living like this? Why are we competing? Why are we single islands? Why aren't we working together and collaborating and lifting each other up to make the world a better place? Why aren't we doing this? So I committed to myself and committed to my immediate sphere of influence, anybody who's a part of my life, that this is how I was going to operate. And by doing so, my relationships flourish, my business is flourish, my just everything flourishes because of that. And I wrote about it in Decoding the Woo, and today we're going to talk about it. Angela, Ubuntu.
Ubuntu. I think it's honestly worth you telling that story again. I know you've told it with your video. It's such a powerful story, and again, the stories are the thing that connect us, right? And I give you permission to
I
share
appreciate that.
story.
I appreciate that because I love it so much. And every time I tell it, it never gets old for me. So I don't know, about 10 years or so ago, I stumbled across a story about this anthropologist who was studying a tribe in Africa. And when he was on his way back to the States, he was waiting with some kids at the village, waiting for his transportation to pick him up. And he was like, come on, kids, let's play a little game. And he had some candy that he had picked up when he was in the city. So he said, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take this basket of candy and I'm going to put it by this tree. And you're all going to line up and you're all going to race to the tree. And whoever gets there first wins the candy. The kids are like, oh, yay. They all line up and, they're ready to go. And he's like, 1, 2, 3. And on 3, they all link arms and they all run to the tree together. And the anthropologist was dumbfounded. He goes over to the tree and all the kids are eating the candy in the share and they're having the best time. And he's like, what? He walks up to one of the girls and he goes, what are you doing? He's like, why would you do this? Why would you, if you could, why would you share? And the girl looks at him and she says, Ubuntu. I am because we are. I can't be happy if we're not all happy. And in that moment, he was changed. And in the moment of hearing that story, I was changed. And in that moment, everything in my life changed because truly, we can't, as individuals, be well, happy, and whole if our sphere of influence and those around us and those we care about can't be well, happy, and whole. So we're all in this thing together. And that's my story.
And you're sticking to it. I love it. I love that story. And I love how your little girls, like when they were, I always know the story of when your girls were Easter egg hunting. And they were helping each other. Ubuntu.
Oh my God. When they were little, they didn't know because everything was Ubuntu. So they use it as like a verb. Like, no, it's not Ubuntuing if she's not sharing. Or if we're like donating stuff to charity, they're like Ubuntu. Like it's a part of their vernacular.
Yeah.
And it's really part of my mission to make sure, at least in the West Coast, in the Western Hemisphere, because in Africa, and there's many different areas in Africa that this is termed, they live by this. I've met people in when I've done art festivals and they've seen Ubuntu art by Dana and they're like, are you South African? And I'm like, no. They're like, how do you even know this term? Because, I know it, I live by it, So so it's my goal to make sure that Americans start picking up what we're putting down here.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely a part of everything that we do. It's carried over into our business for sure. You and I, it's you and I, kid, no matter what. And it's all about how we're here to uplift each other. Because when we do, collaboration over competition, and when one person thrives, we get to pick up on that energy of that person thriving, and it helps assist ourselves. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful way of being.
And fulfilling. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, I could go and I could run the race and I could win the trophy. But okay, now what? Now I'm off to win something else. But if I could assist another in winning that trophy, then it's ours.
Yeah.
It's ours,
Yeah.
And the thing about, what we do with all of our creative and business endeavors, everything is about that concept, and everything is about, we give the people, anybody that we work with, an opportunity to share their story as a part of becoming more of the greater. I don't want to keep saying the greater whole because I can't.
The best whole ever.
But you know what I mean? Like I mean, it was your idea, the whole, storytelling, for those who rise and shine, storytelling for the sake of humanity.
Yeah, because when people, the reason why we do this, right, going Commando, it really, that's what it stemmed from, was people telling us how, oh, you experience X. I heard on Commando, I'm going through the same thing, or I heard you tell this there. And when you feel that someone else has gone through it, then there's a sense of solidarity as opposed to a sense of isolation. Yeah. So I was thinking, like, it originally started with an in-person networking event, and it was about having 5 or 6 people come up on stage in like a presentation style and share 10 minutes of a personal triumph, not about their business, not about this is what we do and these are our services, like fuck all that, like that.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. It's window dressing. Right?
Cares.
But it's like, listen, I struggled, I overcame, here I am, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. You connect with people much faster, and then you like remember that person in your brain. You're like, oh, I remember that Michaela does that, and I could use that. So now I'm going to tap in. I'm going to pull her in and work with her. And so we because it was in person, it was great. It's a lot to coordinate, but we're in a virtual world now, right? And these amazing, the whole Find Uniquely You thing was being in a virtual setting. You can still connect and read people's energy and become friends with people. How many friends do we have that we have never physically met?
Oh my God. And that's why we do the live workshops too, for that connectivity. Yes. Just wanted to add that piece.
Yes. So taking that piece of it, and now we've turned this into a Made for LinkedIn storytelling series. And we call it Made for LinkedIn because each story has to be under 9 minutes, because that's how long we post the video. And it's just, people have shared these stories like, oh my God, they're just like so, and I get the privilege of sitting in the studio with them and recording it. It's like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. And it's just so beautiful, literally, for the sake of humanity. We say that all the time. We joke, but seriously.
Well, they're putting the human back in humanity, and that's what we've lost. It's, we've lost it with the whole, press 6 to speak to so-and-so and press 7. We lost it there. But also, like, think about everything. Think about everybody's got the filters on their phone, or what everybody wants you to think they are on social media, or even the movies. Everything's glamorized. We've forgotten that we're all human. That's why we so openly talk about poop, because we're children and we think it's funny. But like, everybody poops. Find me somebody that doesn't poop, and then you know what I mean? You've proved your point. But like, we all live these things. Anybody who has read 10 Rex, even woo-woo, but more so 10 Rex, because I get real like honest there about circumstances that I've lived through. And anybody who's been able to connect with me has always said the same thing. Oh my God, I have the same story. It just looks a little different. Oh my God, oh my God, we have the same mother. How do we have the same mother? You know what I mean? Like, so many people. And when we start to see that and accept that with one another and be there as support for each other at different phases in it. Look, Milk, I'm on the other side. Oh, dude, I'm ass deep in it. Oh, you're going towards it. And we could assist each other. That's Ubuntu. Angela, what about I don't want to say her name because I don't want to, I want to, I don't know. It's not fair without asking her permission.
Yeah.
But a woman that I have connected with on LinkedIn saw, she had an experience that she shared with me because she's, again, read my stuff and she's been interacting with me. And I shared your situation. I don't know how much you want to share.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I am getting a divorce.
And for those of you who have been watching, you've seen this coming.
Yeah, seriously. Quick side note. On Friday, so this is October 30th, 2023, just for the sake of evergreenness.
Yeah.
On Friday, it's now Monday, but on Friday, I had a conversation with my husband, talking about how we can kind of get some of this tension in the home resolved in a way that would work for both of us. And my solution didn't work for him. His was to go right to divorce. So here we are. And so here we are. And I'm going to openly share about my experience going through this because I've already had a divorce, so I'm sure there's like whatever percentage of the population goes through this, and I have kids involved and all that kind of stuff. So I'm definitely going to be sharing about it, likely on LinkedIn. We have a women's group called the Ubuntu Girls. So if you look up the Ubuntu Girls, it's a picture of Rosie, Dana's Rosie painting, and please join it if you're one of the ladies. And I'm vlogging my experience there, and we can connect. And I've already had some amazing people connect with me, but this woman that she reached out to me and she said she quoted something that I said during U 2.0 that we do with Andrea, Josephine, and Anya.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, you had said blah, blah, blah. And it resonated with me here. So that's another thing that we do is like this monthly live with these amazing ladies. And that was so powerful because I said something that helped her through her situation.
Yeah.
She's in the same situation, not same situation. I'm not calling it out, but
Well, let's just say, we can say, because we're not saying who it is, but she contacted me, and because of this interaction we've been having, she's like, my significant other, after 4 years, just ended the relationship. Like she was like blindsided, or at least that's how it felt to me. And I was able to say, oh my God,
I know somebody.
but I probably wouldn't have been so free with your personal business if you weren't vlogging it. You know what I mean? You are recording it and posting it to assist other women. And in that moment, she had a support system. And when you have a support system, Ubuntu, all of a sudden, things aren't so bad, because we tend to think, I lived 20 years thinking I was an island. It was just me against the world. Well, why? Yeah. It doesn't have to be that way. Yeah. So much easier this way. I got a guy.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
That's the whole thing too. Like when we talk about being authentic and being open and communicating, you don't have to be as open and communicative as Dana and I.
Actually, we recommend you're not.
Yeah, we're not everybody's flavor, but we can handle that. Believe me, I'm definitely not my soon-to-be ex-husband's flavor. But the thing is, like, to be honest with yourself about what you're going through, and then finding those little opportunities, reaching out to somebody through a DM. It doesn't have to be blasted on social media, but having the bravery to ask for help, having the bravery to say, this is my situation. I just want to make you aware. And I've done that with a couple people that I'm really good friends with. And I already have meetings set up next week, Zoom calls, because they're all over the freaking world. And they're there for me and they're checking up on me. And that means so much. I've got Dana up my ass, texting me
so
every 5 minutes.
So far. I'm
so good.
Like scratch at the back of her throat.
You're like, all right, I need an update. It's been 45 minutes.
No. I'm like, is it weird that every hour on the hour I find myself texting you? Yeah.
So in case you don't have a Dana, but it is really, really important to have somebody. And I think that for what it's worth, yes, I'm going to share my experience because I want to help others that are going through it, like solidarity, but it's also self-serving.
Yes.
Right. Because I get that emotional support back, and where it feels like I don't have anybody, because technically I have no family, they're all gone. I have no true close friends. You know what I mean? Like I my whole life has shifted because I have grown and I have shifted out of a person and a version of myself. And now I'm like this fucking blank slate of this person, and I get to redefine again, and it's amazing and it's beautiful. So
I just want to point something out. You had said the bravery, and I think so many people, I know I did, believe that if you're asking for help, it's like the opposite. Like you're like, you know what I mean? Like people don't understand that the bravery is in the asking for help. The bravery is saying, I don't have all the answers and I need assistance and I trust you. And let me tell you something. And I had to learn this in the hard way so many times in my life, that people want to help you. They want to assist. It's not just about you needing them. They need to assist because at one point or another, somebody assisted them and they want to. And I'm not saying that this is all, like this is somewhere like subliminally or below the surface, but that's the Ubuntu. If we're all these individual souls, at one point, Like if I'm here, there are several people that are behind me in their journey that I've already done it and I can assist them. And there are several people ahead of me that have already done it that they could assist me. That's why we're here to assist. Well, that's not the only reason why we're here. I could do another whole show on that. But we're here to assist. That's what Ubuntu is. And it's give and take. It's not tit for tat. It's sorry, I'm a child. It's not apples.
No, we're a child because we're laughing about
I
it,
know, right?
not because you said it.
It's not apples to apples. It's sometimes like Angela's in a place right now where she needs me more than she likely would need me in another situation. So I'm here, right? But then when she's more stable, there's going to be things that I'm going to need. And we've already done that. And that's the flow, and that's the give and take. And that's the we're all in this together. That's the I am because we are. And when we have that, we're less likely to isolate ourselves, fall into depression, fall into addiction, suicidal tendencies, and things like that because we're not alone. Wouldn't you agree, Angela?
I really would. And, you know, to that segue, you know, Matthew Perry just was found dead. Right. And he's like one of our peers, you know,
we grew up together.
we all essentially grew up together and went through the same things. And, you know, I don't know him as a person. I don't know him as an actor. You know, I mean, I only know him as the Chandler Bing character, but still it's hitting home in a way that is personally affecting me because, I know that he suffered from addiction and he suffered from loneliness. And here was this guy who, you know, we think that actors have the whole world because they have all this money, or we think that, you know, real estate moguls are so great because they have all this stuff, but they're everybody.
And because everybody knows them. Everybody knows who they are. Yeah.
Everybody knows who they are. Like, I don't know who Matthew Perry is as a person, but I feel connected to him because of what he gave of himself for us, for our entertainment, you know, but that was a gift. And it just makes me so sad that anybody has to feel alone. I feel sad for the homeless man on the street feeling alone. And I feel sad for Matthew Perry feeling alone. I feel sad for everybody. It is not like a law that we need to feel alone. And we have to start shifting. We have to shift our society from what can I get from you to what can I do for you? The conversation should always be, how can I assist you? What can I do for you right now? Is there anything you need from me right now? And that's it. That's how the transaction should work from now on. It is never about, because think about it. If you're famous, you probably, everybody wants a piece of you. I want to get a picture with you. Oh, I met Matthew Perry, you know, and you don't know who's authentic and who's real. Well, we need to like break down all those barriers, or like, because of Ubuntu, because we're all in this together, because we're all humans. And just because someone has, you know, Eddie Vedder's got the stage, he's got the voice, he's got the power, but that's his thing, but he's still a human being. Still going to be my pal someday. We're going to hang out. I'm going to cook him some pasta. Like, it's going to happen.
He poops. He poops.
He poops.
Yeah.
He does poop, and he has bad days and good days. But the most important thing is to find your people. And we're going to die. It is part of the experience. We are all going to die. We're all going to leave this planet and leave this experience and be laughing about it on the other side. Like, oh my God, you played that part so well. Or you were really, really convincing, you know, like we'll be up there talking about it. But for now, we don't have to make it so it's hard and painful and tragic. We can help each other enjoy this playground that is life.
Yeah.
And that's my
That's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about that. Oh, there's one thing I do want to bring up though. And I forgot to tell you about this, Dana, so I'm telling you about it now. When we first started Uniquely You, I had a workshop called So You Put Down the Substance, Now What? And it was basically to help people who were sick and tired of being sick and tired, you know, of like having a solution that was harming them in a way, gambling, food, drugs, alcohol, whatever it might be. I think I'm going to run a free workshop in November, and it's just going to be for people that, you know, want to talk about it or need some advice to get over the next. I have 13 years sober, and I was headstrong in the AA rooms for a long time, so I kind of have a good sense of how I can help. So if this resonates with you, just like comment like I'm in. You don't have to say anything about it. and somehow I'll get in touch with you and let you know about it. But I'll post more information about it, like when I pick the date and stuff like that. But I would like to spend some time with those and just let's Ubuntu the shit out of those who are going through it.
Ubuntu the shit out of it, man. Yep, that's a call to
Yeah.
action. Awesome. I think that unless you have anything else to say, I think that we've made our point here today. A little short and sweet. Tie it up with a bow.
I like it. I like it. All right. So, people, you know what to do.
You know what to do.
Follow, like, comment.
Oh yeah, tell your friends, for Christ's sake.
Tell your friends. Listen, guys, we need to get this message out. Dana and I have a lot to say. We can help a lot of people, but we can only help people if you help us get it out there. So, like, comment, share, do whatever you can wherever you're listening to this. If you're a podcast person, if you like to watch and you're on YouTube, wherever you are hearing us and our mouth sounds, please help us spread the word. And whether you share an episode, if you follow me on LinkedIn, it's Angela Marie DiMarco with an I. Oh my God, I've changed my last name.
Firstly, I don't think it's not Angela Marie DiMarco. Isn't it just Angela DiMarco on LinkedIn?
No. Well, that's what the name is, but if you want to follow
I didn't know that.
There's a lot of Angela DiMarco.
I didn't know that. Yeah. And as far as changing your last name, don't be hasty. DiMarco's a nice name.
Oh, I'm not going to, because I don't like my father. I don't talk to him either.
We're going to go Galaska?
No way.
Sift through the names.
Oh, my bad choices. Okay, anyway, sidebar. So, yeah, you can follow me on LinkedIn. Dana and I post reels every single morning at 9 a.m. EST, little reels from our episodes. Yeah. Some are hilarious, some are poignant, some are whatever, but it's just daily nugs that you can take with you. And it's been really fun. We have engagement and conversation there. But please, 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 guys, help us. Help us, help you, help us, help you, help the world. There you go.
All right. Well, thanks for having us.
See you next time. Oh, and if you're, celebrating, happy Halloween tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Should I put my hat on?
Yeah, let's see your hat. Okay. And post pictures in the comments of kids and stuff. I love it.
Make me do your leader.
Nice. I love it. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Everyone has a story. I have a story. You have a story. We all have a story. As I see it, you have 3 choices. Allow your story to define you, use it to excuse you, or utilize it as a method to empower you. It's your life. You have the power. You choose. Rewrite your story on finduniquelyyou.com.